Welcome, I'm Dr. Melina Roberts and I want to talk about genetically modified organisms or genetically modified foods. And what genetically modified foods are they are foods that have been genetically altered. So they've actually gone in and changed the DNA of these foods using genetic engineering techniques. So many of these alterations that have happened to these foods have made it so that these foods or the crops of these foods are more resistant to herbicides or viruses. So this means that in terms of in agriculture, that they would be more resistant to the herbicides, so they wouldn't be damaged by the herbicides, and this could potentially lead to higher yields. The challenge is that these changes were made without the understanding of the long-term effects on human physiology and human health. So these foods that have been genetically modified are now different than the food in its natural origin. And our bodies, our human physiology, has been hardwired since the beginning of human existence to break down real foods of natural origin. So we are designed, our human bodies have been designed to break down real natural foods. Now, when we go in and change the genetics of our foods, when they are manipulated, it makes it challenging for our human physiology to be able to effectively recognize it, to break it down, metabolize it, and then make that nutrient useful to the body. So one of the challenges that can happen is that when we take in these genetically modified organisms into the body, our body can see it as a toxin. And when it sees it as a toxin, then it treats it differently than a nutrient. And it tries to effectively package it and detox it and move it out of the body. And that would mean that when we take that food in, then it's increasing the toxic load in our body, and we actually get no nutritional value from that food. That's one thing that can happen if we take in these genetically modified organisms. The other thing that can happen is that our body can take it in because it can be so similar to what it recognizes, and it can take it in and then it can actually make it part of our cellular system. So it can incorporate it into our DNA. And when that happens, we actually don't know what the long-term effects can be on our human health and our human physiology. And that can be also a challenge in terms of how our bodies respond. And this becomes a huge unknown. So these are the challenges or the problems with consuming genetically modified organisms. And my suggestion is that we avoid consuming genetically modified foods. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to share this with your friends and family, to press the like button, to subscribe to this station, and make a comment below. And until next time, continue to learn, grow, and build health.